Well, I'll be taking into account what I see today. Obviously I can't say what that's
Of course not, no.
of that, but I will of course be reporting on this
Yeah,
today.
yeah. Okay. Just so we sort of, I've printed off, I've got a copy here. So this is their proposal now, is that the informal passing places are what's sufficient to make this road okay. That's what they're basically saying.
Yes, in terms of the anticipated traffic.
In terms of anticipated traffic. I don't personally think there's a sleeping problem in the top part of the hill.
No.
You know, and I can't even understand why they originally proposed a passing place to be put in here. I mean, I think they did it because they thought they could claim that land. That's our private land, that's my mother's fields, this side, down here. And in fact that side as well.
And the grass verge you're saying is yours?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Right, so the land on this side is yours?
Both sides actually.
Both sides, okay.
Well, this is my mother's, my land's further down, but this is all mum's up here.
Okay.
But looking at it, I could see no reason really why you need additional passing places up here. So to have a great big argument about putting a passing place in up there, seems absolutely bonkers. You know, why? All they were trying to do, because if you remember Matt Collins, in relation to the Platso, said there should be no more development at Highbury that would increase traffic unless highway improvement work was done. Between Highbury and the big trees you sit down the bottom of it. And so one of the options was a passing place up there. Now that you were involved in that application, but I can't see what was the technical reason for putting the passing place there, apart from meeting Matthew Collins' requirements kind of thing. It didn't seem to solve any actual problems.
So that was proposed by the...
That was proposed... Yes. I understood from the applicant that the original head post modifications were proposed by Matt Collins to them. James Hemming, who was the manager at the time, told me they were really furious at High Bullen because they did all the work on the head post junction on the advice of Matt Collins. So Matt Collins told them, modify that junction and it'll all be okay.
Okay. Right, so you thought that improvement was initiated by the county council?
Well, I know certainly that the original proposals that head post were, and then they spent a lot of money designing that and negotiating with landowners to get land, and then were furious when it got turned down because it was unsafe. In fact, yes, go on.
Have you or the parish sought a meeting with the county council as the highway authority?
Yes, I've had a meeting out, well, I had a meeting out here. In fact, we had a meeting up there and down there because I complained when the 106 thing was in process. I couldn't get any reaction from anybody. No one wanted to talk to me. This is a problem I've found all through these applications where you try and speak to people in authority and they just don't engage with you. So I rang up the North End District Council sister, said, who's dealing with the 106 from a legal point of view? So I'm not talking to you, it's not for me to talk to you. You're a member of the public. I'm not talking. I said, well, look, come on, it's my land. He said, well, no, it's not, it's Highways land. And I said, well, who do I speak to? And he said, well, I can't tell you. So, okay, so then I rang the head solicitor at the county council.
Okay, right.
I eventually got in touch with Simon Clary.
Yes, fine.
And he agreed to come out, and he visited, and he came out with Matt Collins. I'd also had a meeting with Richard Sables out here.
Right, yes, okay.
Yeah, the highways officer.
I do, yes.
And he had said, well, I can't see any way that this is highways land, it's never been maintained. This is all my mother's land, well, this is all on her deed. Okay. This is her fields this side. Sure. But at this stage, and I'm not especially possible at this end of it, so they came out and now Matt Collins was there, he agreed with all of that. I'd previously had a meeting with Matt Collins and AWP, Well, they were out here
Oh, right, on
telling
site
me,
as well.
telling me I couldn't complain about the damage to my banks and whatever. They said it's all highways.
You wouldn't have pointed this out.
Oh, I'm not going to point out. You will see it.
That's fine. Andrew, so just on clear, we've had an FOI request. Is that from yourself?
It is, yes.
Okay, can you just tell me what that was about?
I put in 3 actually.
3, right.
One
right.
for
One here, in fact.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
There
this
you
is,
go.
this is
Right.
the bank.
Okay.
Originally, the edge of the road came to here. That's where the end of the tarmac
right.
is.
Okay.
And that was a discussion that happened with Simon Clary and Matt Collins.
You pointed that out to me.
Yes, numerous places pointing out the fact the edge of the highway, they agree with me that the edge of the highway is the metal road. Okay, and look how much of it that's been taken away. Look at the damage, the stones for it. And clearly, it's been widened here by the existing traffic. And similarly, this side, you've got another foot there. Okay, this isn't bad at all. So this road here now is 2 foot wider by taking private land. And what will happen in a few years' time, highways will come along, put tarmac on it. And then it will become highway. Into here as well. We own fields here, so we're the right way down this lane.
I see, okay.
But the farmer that lives down there wouldn't be doing it. It's damage to the his wife was on the council and voted for Hyperland,
Right,
but
I
they
know the name.
didn't vote for
I see. And
Okay,
was
so-
David, or was wife at the public meeting?
No, she wasn't. She's not been involved ever since she resigned from the council. You can see here.
Oh, she was at the council.
She did.
Look at this.
Okay, I am.
And then look at all the separative drains. Oh, more cars.
Sorry, Andrew, you were talking about, you put in 3
Yes.
FOIs.
I wanted to understand the details of how you assessed economic viability and sustainability for the application.
Have you had a response?
No, not yet. I've had a response from Vicky Eagle. Yes, asking me if the information was on the website, and it isn't.
And so I'm clear, details of how we assess viability.
Economic viability, yeah. So, I mean, obviously the applicant puts information in their application.
Okay.
What do you do to analyse that, verify that?
With economic development.
Right.
And they have responded.
But similarly for sustainability.
Sustainability is part of the planning.
Mhm.
Have you read the agenda report yet? Sorry,
All wider.
point out what you need to.
All wider, all the way down through.
Right, I'll take a picture of that. Previously, you've not had a chance, opportunity to read the agenda report yet.
I've scanned it.
Right, that's okay.
I haven't read the full report yet, no.
Okay, that's
I can see you've recommended approval.
well, we have.
I'll come that side.
No, 2 more cars coming. Is the level of traffic at the moment like what you expected from the AWP report? You've made 1 car 3 times in 100.
Well, I was but certainly we met more than 3 cars. So I'm just
That's 9 in 7 minutes.
On average,
I mean, do remember, of course, you know, they have set out their methodology and they've set out the findings in dozens and dozens of pages.
yes, and it's,
You're not querying. Are you questioning the
I'm
results?
questioning, yes, totally.
Well, yes,
Absolutely. Totally.
I
absolutely.
mean, that's quite,
Well, in
that's
fact,
quite an important point.
in
The
fact,
first thing, right, is the one result they say is that to go up and down the hill takes between 89 and 93
yes, I
seconds.
heard that discussion at the meeting.
That's a conclusion from their report.
Yeah.
Now, I've done at least 10 journeys up here. Normal journeys, when I go to South Wales, coming back with my wife, whatever, not one have I managed to do at normal speeds. I would go, and I know the road.
Of course you do.
145, 150 seconds. Sorry, 1 minute 55 seconds.
Yep.
And the longest has been 5 minutes. Nothing approaching really. So I think their methodology was they've measured the speed. They had I think it was up here. They had on a straight bit of the road. They had a traffic measuring thing. They measured the speed of the traffic on a straight bit of the hill, and then said that's the speed they're going on average, and therefore we've measured the length of the hill. That's the speed they go. Totally unrealistic. I was a defence engineer, civil chartered engineer. I know you're a qualified person. You know what they've done. If one of my scientists or engineers did me that, I'd have sent them back to start all over again.
And you've questioned that methodology.
Totally questioned that.
Well, we've questioned it, but also it doesn't fit with TPA's report either.
Right, Mike. So this is another car. This is where I think the problems start going down Newlands Hill now.
Yep.
So
Right.
if you look
Okay.
at there,
Let's have a look at this point.
look at there. This is now where the informal passing places are marked.
Yes.
If
They
I,
talk about just one of them, don't
they talk about those, yeah. There are marked places where people pass. So at the moment, let's just check this. This is where we are here. So if you look at this point, there's the bit in here, and that bit.
they? Yeah.
over there.
Okay.
This is off your website. You can't even see where the
No, I
road is
must
on it,
admit,
so it's
not,
appalling.
it's not very.
But so they say from here, you're in a car here, Mike. Is it obvious to you? Stand here where you'd be in a car. Is it obvious to you there's a passing place down there?
Is it obvious to me that there is a parking
Yes.
place down there? Well,
You're just driving down the road. You go further to the left, Mike, and that's as far as you can sit in your car. They're saying there's a passing place there. Visibility between paths there.
Asking about the invisibility.
Yes.
Because they've got drawings, they've got pictures in here showing indivisibility between passing places, claiming that there's not a problem with people reversing and driving around corners and things because it's obvious.
The road certainly widens out a little. I mean, I would.
So you'd say that
I would
point,
think
you
as a
think,
driver, I could get by another car there.
you think
Yeah.
quite happily. Look, I'm just asking to bear that in mind as you go down.
No, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, that's different about it, but I do see that as a localised widening. If I was driving, I would probably think I could probably pass the
Bear
car
in mind that most of the people coming to High Bullen will be people that are not at all aware of the
there. Okay,
area
Yeah.
and will not get in close to a hedge.
okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So, and that's our field there. So it could like,
Yes, of course.
like
Yeah.
this is where it's not getting work. It's the bank.
I mean, that is metalled, Bill. Up to.
No, that bit is. I'm not complaining about that bit.
Right, okay.
I'm saying from there onwards.
That's fine. Okay. So again, sorry, just so I'm taking advantage of position myself. Andrew, you've got a concern about how the
Edge of the road is
how
here. Look.
sustainability is judged.
Yes.
Edge of the road
Right.
is here.
I'd like to understand how your departments determine that.
How do you think an FOI would get you that answer?
Well, I guess to see the analysis of
Yeah.
what's happened on this application would be a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You know, what's
Similarly
the worst-
for the
if I
economic
was doing it,
viability.
I would have some kind of spreadsheet, probably looking at the pros and cons, different things, because you're balancing three things under the MPPF, aren't you? It's economic viability, sustainability, and something else, I seem to remember from
Yeah,
reading it.
taking into account all
So
the
how has that
consultation
actually been
responses.
analysed? I mean, I don't think it's sufficient that it's just in your head, probably. There has to be a methodology.
It's not
Yeah.
a quantitative exercise, you understand that?
I
So
do.
it's not a simple
But there has to
balancing.
be a proper exercise, doesn't there? It can't
does.
be in your head.
Yeah.
It has to be defendable, I would guess.
Well, it should be set out in the agenda report.
I didn't think it was.
No.
That's the widening point, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
And
That is
then-
what I didn't put. Yep. Another car.
That is the widening.
Oh,
So, if you need to, you're not supposed to drive up reverse round corners and stuff like that.
I mean, obviously, we seen cars come along and
Yeah.
they haven't had a passing problem yet, have they?
Okay, Mike, well you don't know.
We don't know yet, but just along.
We've not been with them, they've been all going down, haven't they, practically? Mike, this is the size of the South Molton fire engine.
Ah, right, okay.
Okay?
I see, yeah, okay.
Okay, so way smaller than local agricultural traffic.
And you
So,
marked that?
I've marked
Well
that.
done, yeah, okay.
So that's with it
Okay.
in tight to this side, tight
Right,
as it'll go.
okay.
You might just get a small car in there. You certainly wouldn't get a farm vehicle past it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, let me take a picture of that.
That's one of the better ones.
The emergency services were...
I'm told from my inquiries that emergency services never comment. They never object because they're not a statutory consultee. Yep.
But what do we do about that though, seriously?
Well, you're the planning officer, right? You're the person who's got to take a view on the human rights of the people at Chittlehamholt, haven't you?
If they were concerned, why do they not tell us?
Well, maybe they don't have time. Maybe they don't have time to get involved in it all. Maybe they're saving lives. Seriously,
No, I can
I
see
couldn't
that.
get my car out through here.
Yeah.
So I've had a chimney fire at my place. Fire engine came up this way. What about an ambulance?
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Devonholt,
those
sadly,
circumstances,
has
but-
got a lot more old people than it used to have.
You know, the nature of the rural road network is such that when you've got a vehicle like that, you're going to get difficulty with vehicles.
Yeah, but you haven't got a right to damage my hedges, have you?
No, there is no right to do that.
Now, I have tried to engage with County Council and got absolutely nowhere.
Go on, Bill, because you told me that you've had a couple of meetings.
Yes, and that was about them putting in passing places.
Right, okay.
Because they were minded that yes, there's no problem. I had seen a note from Simon Clary saying, can't see a problem. Yes, we'll get on and sign this agreement to put in these passing places. That's why I got absolutely up in arms. Look, I cannot believe you're doing this. I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall with officialdom.
Yes, I see.
Okay, and eventually he said, okay, well I'll come out and see it. And he said, crikey, I didn't realise it was like this. Gosh, there's no way that bank could ever have been highway, even because of the height of it. You know, verges are only highway if the vehicles can naturally drive up on them.
Yeah.
No, he said, well, it's this high, there's no way a vehicle is driven on that. There's no possible way that's highway. High Bullen went furious about it, threatened them taking to court and everything else, and he wrote back, and I've seen the email, he said, no problem, I'll see you in the High Court. I think that's the best way ahead for you to get a view on this, in terms of their right to put a passing place in. The other thing is, at no stage have High Bullen ever made any kind of offer to me to buy land to put passing places. Ever. So they got a planning approved on the requirement to put passing places in. They have not made efforts, they've not made me any kind of financial offer whatsoever. This is another thing here with the fire engine here. I don't think this is quite as bad, but look at the damage to my bank.
Yeah, again, I
Look at
know.
the road originally was out here when I was a kid, because you can see here, Mike, there's original tarmac, there's additional tarmac that Highways have put in to extend the highway. Yeah, and next time they'll be coming out to here. So that bit is my land that's been stolen.
Did you meet with the highways maintenance guy at all?
Not really, no. Unless that Richard Sables is like the neighbourhood officer, isn't he? But not
Yes,
the
he is,
highways.
but I don't think he was.
But you can see that this is new tarmac, look, can't you? Different lay to that.
Yeah.
And in fact, it
There's
probably
another
started
example
here.
further down.
I think it probably started here. When I was a kid, I grew up here. You know, I was born in South Molton, grew up here on the farm. When I was a kid, this lane, my dad had it was like a Morris Minor Vans with open back pickup thing.
Yeah, okay.
You drive up here and the hedges will be touching both sides. And you can imagine the width of one of those old things. That's the way it was. Now the hedges weren't trimmed as much as they are these days, but that's what this lane used to be like.
And of course in the summer the hedges will be encroaching on the
So here, Mike, I would say
driveway more.
the
The
highway
highway
probably
more.
originated here if you look at the tarmac. So I'd say there's probably 3 feet of my land been stolen here.
I think there, Bill, I just want to
There you go.
just make sure we've got that. Okay.
I'm not that photogenic, but
That's why it's got you.
now if you look at this side, it's been extended can't see new tarmacs there, but
No,
it's been
but-
extended that much.
Incrementally it widens, doesn't it?
So that's, what's that, 6 feet?
Mind you, other stretches of highway are being left, aren't they?
Sorry?
Not maintained at all.
I'm not talking about maintenance now, I'm talking about theft of land. I'm talking about human rights, the quiet enjoyment of my property. Let's see if they keep on the highway. Oh no, it's passing on my land. But these cars are not negotiating Newlands Hill by kicking into the highway, are they?
No, in this instance, it's,
The point I'm really making is, and it doesn't seem to be taken into account, highways refuse to even engage on the matter. They say it's not their problem, they say it's your problem to decide. I'm saying to them, and I've written to them saying, I don't understand how you can, knowing that Newlands Hill cannot be traversed by the existing traffic without going off the highway and damaging private property, how you can recommend that it's okay for 200, 300 more cars a day to traverse Newlands Hill, because you know it will directly cause more damage to my property.
and you
Now they've said to me, not our problem mate, that's a civil matter. You need to do something to protect your property. So they said I need to put concrete blocks in there or gabions or something or other. So I need to go down Newlands Hill, spending a fortune, protecting my banks. Because if you look at this field here especially, you see the height of the field itself, and it's a wet sort of field as you can see with the reeds in it.
Yeah.
You get water come down here and this bank eventually is going to fall away with the traffic. And then highways will be going on to me saying you need to keep your water off the hill. And we've already seen that the damage that's been done to the banks is blocking up all the drains. In the winter, Mike, when it's cold, it didn't happen this year, last year there was 1.5 inches of ice on this hill. And you have pictures on your website showing that.
Right.
And we showed pictures of that to the planning committee meeting when they were all practically asleep.
And so the planning committee has got a choice before them to approve it, or they can refuse it. And if they refuse it on grounds that need to be sustained, yeah?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look here, Mike, this bank now, all the way down here has been straight off. There's the edge of the highway originally. It's been extended out to there. You can see where the original tarmac was out here, look. That's over a foot been taken off there.
Oh yes.
This is where they were going to put in a parking place.
Yeah.
Okay? There's the edge of the highway, look, there's the original edge.
So we're going to put in the passing place there.
Here.
Yep.
So I don't know how they were going to do it. They were going to take my bank away altogether, I guess. How they thought they could put a proper passing place in here on highways land, I do not know.
You notice something's scraped the
yes,
bank
I
there.
noticed that.
Anyway, yeah.
So there, look, there's original tarmac, Mike, out there. There's original tarmac. That's additional tarmac that's been added. Next time they do it, they'll be going into there. So that's that much of my land that's been stolen already. You put more traffic down there, it'll only get worse. There's a line of new tarmac here, look.
When was it last tarmac, do you know?
Oh, some time ago. There's some newer tarmac down the bottom of the hill where they've done this.
Right, yeah.
Well, I've been here since June 2014, and it hasn't been tarmac since.
But
well, I've
this
been here.
has got a lot worse, really, since after the first application that had the 106 against it. Since then, this has got, I reckon, 2 foot wider.
Since
that,
the last
yes,
couple of years.
since you approved the application subject to the 106, I would say this is 2 foot wider. I had the highways people out with me and we measured some of this. It's now 2 foot, I would say 2 foot wider. Back along, you may even have the papers, I've never seen them, High Bullen were out surveying this road. They had a subcontractor do it, and someone rang me up and said, look, they're out there measuring the road. So I came out and they were measuring out to the edge of the bank as it was, and saying that was the highway. And I said to them, you can't do that, you've got to measure the metal road. And they said, well, no, that's what they told you to do by High Bullen. So any survey data that High Bullen presented is including private property.
That wasn't as a result of this application, of course, was it?
No, but the Palazzo has come in. That's generated a lot more traffic. There's been a lot of development at High Bullen, hasn't there? High Bullen was dying, wasn't it? That's why it was nearly bankrupt. So High Bullen had a lot more activity. I mean, local farms aren't any different, especially. But there's a whole load of extra things that happen at High Bullen, especially the Palazzo.
So your assumption, Bill, is that the increased traffic is derived from the High Bullen?
No, I'm not, I don't need, I have no way of judging where the increased traffic is from. I'm simply saying the existing traffic on Newlands Hill is not negotiating Newlands Hill without damaging my property against my human rights.
Okay.
And I'm saying if you add additional traffic up and down Newlands Hill, significant additional traffic, it will cause more damage to my human rights. And I don't see how the economic benefits of the developer trump my human rights to quiet enjoyment of my property.
And you've made that point, haven't you? Yes.
Well, I've made it to you numerous times, Mike.
Yes, you have. No,
I haven't written that down yet. I don't think in a further letter.
No, I'm just exploring.
But I've said it to you numerous times. I've said it to Highways, and I've said it to the county solicitor. And the county solicitor said, it's not our problem. That's a civil matter. Matt Collins has said, that's not our problem, that's a civil matter. He said, in my view, traffic can get up and down Newlands Hill. He agrees. He says, if they reverse far enough, they could do it on the metalled road, but they don't. But that's not our concern. Now, I don't see how that can be right. I don't see how it can be right that the county council can assess the ability of Newlands Hill to take the traffic, knowing that the existing traffic is damaging my human rights, and then recommend further traffic, which will further damage my human rights, and then they'll come along and tarmac it and claim it as theirs. So they're judge and jury in the theft of my property. And I just do not see how that could be acceptable. And if it gets to a judicial review, I do not see how that can be a non-relevant matter.
I've asked for legal advice on this issue.
Right.
I mean, you raised it at the meeting, didn't you? The public meeting.
Yeah. But you can see it's significant.
Yeah.
I'm not just a... You know, I look odd, I know that.
No.
I'm not stupid.
No, you're not. I mean, it's plain the case. I mean, this is real concern to yours. You know, I'm not dismissing them. I'm here to look and listen.
But you know the drains are all full of rubbish.
I did see that.
Look, there's another one. Look, absolutely full of it.
I mean, that's not, unfortunately, it's not specific to Newlands Hill, is it?
No, but that is being caused because of the damage to my banks.
Yeah.
So that directly is causing the ice down the hill, which is directly causing a safety issue.
Yep.
And that's for people
Yep.
that wouldn't expect the road to be covered in ice.
No.
You know, you come here for a Christmas break
Yep.
at High Bullen in your nice Mercedes, and then you hit sheet ice.
Yeah, sorry, there was another point I was going to say. There was a separate transport assessment undertaken independent of...
Yes.
Now,
Yes, by
remind me the name.
TPA.
TPA, but there was a name associated with it.
What, the author of the report,
yes.
you mean? Katie
There's
Stock.
another perfect
That's it.
example, look.
Yep.
There's my hedge bank.
Right.
It's totally
Okay.
being undermined
let's have a
here.
look. Yep.
I mean, the roots, I mean, it's just, and this is way worse than it was. This is way worse than it was when the county solicitor came out and looked at it.
Right, it's getting worse. Okay, I get that. Just that Katie Stocks report,
Mhm.
who commissioned that?
We did.
The village.
Was it the parish council or...
No, it was the
there's
village. It was
68
villagers.
contributed to the cost of it because they were concerned about what's
The
being done,
development.
and it seems to have been totally ignored, really.
Well, no, it came up at the meeting, if you remember, and I did say I would check that the Highway Authority had looked at it. They have. They take it into account.
You say that much.
So-
There are some things we want to show you at the bottom of the hill in a minute.
I did say I would follow that up. Right, okay.
Right, another example here. Look
Yes.
at both sides.
No, I can see that.
Look at the tree roots.
And again,
The stones all being
the
exposed.
size of the fire engine again
Another
marked.
fire tender.
Here's a fire
Yeah.
engine. So who's going to pass here with a fire engine? Look at these roots here, Mike. Look at how much damage has been done to that hedge. Now you can't say that that's highway out there. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Well, this tree eventually is going to die, isn't it? And then the landowner's going to be told, you've got to come and remove your tree, it's on the highway. My tree roots over here, getting driven on.
Have you got the land that all the way down through to the junction?
No, this is my land down here. That's Gunner's Blankenberg, that side now.
Oh, right, okay.
Look at this bank. Look at it. I mean, it's just... There's the original edge of the highway. Original tarmac. New tarmac again. Next time we'll be out to here. There was never a wide bit up here when I was a kid. Absolutely wasn't. That's the original edge of the tarmac. And they just come in and add an extra strip.
Yeah, if they do resurface it at all.
Yeah, well they fill in potholes, look.
I mean, they are having to re-prioritise their maintenance.
Well, I'm not. My point isn't about maintenance. My point is human rights and theft of my land.
Yes.
And how can I possibly stop it? What can I do as a private individual to stop people driving into those banks? And to stop highways claiming the land? What can I possibly do? Highways won't even engage with me. You can see how furious I am.
Yes, I can, Bill.
And as you come up the hill here as well, you can't see the next passing place.
No, you can't from here. Not from the distance.
So if the fire engine's doing something, you come down here and you don't know the road, so you don't know where passing places are. So you come here, well, you can't get past the fire engine there. What's going to happen?
You probably have to reverse back up to let the fire engine through.
And
We'll drive. And
imagine what people come to shout high bullen are like reversing on lanes like this.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I'm sure you've experienced it.
So that's again the point up on land. Is this your land?
That is what this is.
We've seen the damage to the bank here as well.
Blankenbergs.
Did they make representation of the
They have in the past, they've said that they do not believe that. I don't think they've really said something about the banks. I'm not sure because Dennis doesn't come up here very much, see?
Okay.
Because he's old and he lives down the bottom.
Right.
He's quite gone really, see? This is classed as an informal passing place by our government.
Jaguar sports car bottom out on that a few weeks ago. Fringe as he did it.
Going in the field, they use this to balance. Yes, we certainly are. This is my bank again here. Look at the damage to this. People using this as a passing place. So, my case is, existing traffic is not negotiating Newlands Hill without damaging private property against my human rights.
And a proportion of that traffic is visiting high bullen.
Significant proportion.
Yep.
Yes.
Arguable as to what the proportion would be, but you're not saying
they've measured traffic coming out of high bullen, haven't they?
They have,
and
it's the routing of the vehicle.
Well, no, but they've also said, that their methodology says that allows them to say how much goes down Newlands Hill from their methodology.
85%, I think.
Because they know the traffic coming out of High Bullen, they know the traffic going through Chittlehamholt, they know the traffic going down Newlands Hill. So they're saying the vast majority of the traffic comes down this way.
And the report that was commissioned independently,
yes.
Was it questioning the methodology?
Yes, here's some more expansion of the highway, look.
Yes.
More damage to banks. Look at that tree root there, big tree here. Won't survive in the end, will it?
Blocked up grid again.
Another blocked up train.
Yeah,
so the point I'm saying is existing traffic is not able to negotiate. Oh, here's another marking look for the fire engine.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that the farm vehicle will be twice the length.
Yeah.
The point is though, whatever proportion of current traffic is negotiating Newlands Hill or is causing the damage, all of the additional traffic that we're talking about as a result of the application is due to High Bullen. And that's what you're considering as part of the application, is the additional traffic.
Assuming everything else remains the same.
No, but in terms of your
No.
decision,
You're
your
only checking
decision,
High Willand.
your decision is about High Bullen extra traffic, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's all you're judging at the moment.
Yeah.
However, highways should also be judging a general increase in traffic as well.
They do, yes.
So that'll be in there. That should be in their calculation. But the point I'm making, just to finish off that point, is the existing traffic is not negotiating Newlands Hill by keeping to the highway, causing damage to my property, which is affecting my human rights. If you now judge it's okay but to load more traffic down here, you will be directly damaging my property and damaging my human rights. And I don't see how that's acceptable.
And I'm seeking a legal view on that.
Yeah.
Following the meeting, I did say I would follow that up,
Yeah.
and I've drawn it to the attention of our solicitor.
Yeah. You see more expansion of the highway down here again.
We'll walk down to the junction, we'll point out everything there as well.
Oh yes, we've got quite a few things to point out. Right. I think before we even get to the junction,
Right.
it's probably worth discussing a couple of things with you. When you measure a visibility at a junction, my reading of it is you measure your X distance back from the centre line. Yep, 2.4 metres is standard.
Yeah.
The manual for roads 2 says in limited circumstances you can go forward to a minimum of 2 metres, no less. Let me show you this actually. Probably worth having a quick read of this stuff. You have got, you may not have read, correspondence between me and Matt.
Oh right, okay. Draw that to my
Collins.
attention by all means.
I'll hold that.
So here, so we'll start off. A quick read through that first.
Okay.
That's the date of the.
That's the 7th of August.
Yes.
Right. Recent highway is quite acceptable, right. Okay. This was 2000.
So that went to February.
Fine, uncertain visibility at this junction. This
Yes.
junction here is limited to just 50 metres. Is that left and right? I mean, the visibility?
Right, the visibility to the right,
Right,
I would
okay.
say. Left isn't so bad.
Right. So in that 40-bed accommodation, they were looking at 90 metres.
Yeah, so you had a planning application to do work at High Bullen and you required visibility at that point of, I think it was 90 metres, which is way more than you've got here, I think. And that was a requirement that High Bullen had to do before you'd allow them to build something there some years ago, and they had to do that improvement work.
So the approach gradient down here is probably greater than 20%.
Yes. You go down this bit and then it steeps away at the bottom. You'll see in a sec.
I think on the, certainly up, a bit further up on the OS maps it shows it as a 1 in 10.
Further up.
Yeah,
further up probably
just at
is
this,
right.
just at this bend here.
Right, now did you get a response to this?
Yes. So have you read that
Yeah, I
all
have.
through?
Yes.
So then, that was the 7th, wasn't it?
Yes, 7th of August.
Yep. I then got a response on the 9th.
Prompt.
Yes.
Okay. I have no evidence to say, you've underlined this, that
Yes.
the visibility is unsafe.
Yes.
So, Newlands Hill junction not up to current standard, but preferable to the head post junction.
Yes, which I find a really odd argument. So he's basically saying, assuming, he basically is I think assuming there that the development will go ahead, so which is the best way to route the people, rather than approaching it saying, is it safe for this development to go ahead given the state of the junctions? Matt Collins has always seemed to have taken the view that this will happen in all my discussions with him, and I've had quite a few. Just to go back historically, when the first application came out for 94 lodges, I think it was, or was it 96? I can't remember.
94.
As soon as I saw it, I thought, this is crazy. You cannot suggest people going through a head post. I grew up here, like I said, and you would never go down the bottom of there and turn left.
No.
So I rang him up and said, Matt, I've not spoken to you before, but I've got your details. I can't understand how you have recommended this junction at head post. And he said, I'm very happy with it. It's exactly what I asked them to do. I can't see the problem. It's a lot better than what's there at the moment. So I said to him, well, Matt, could you please hold off, not put your response in, until members of the community have had a chance to look at it and comment. People went down there, measured it, looked at it, and eventually Matt Collins came back and said, it's unsafe. Yet at that stage, he was telling me, this is what I asked AWP to actually do. Okay?
Okay.
So this is creating a history of Matt Collins' advice, I think, being questionable. He then wrote in and said, no, that's not an acceptable junction. I then had a meeting with James Hemming from High Bullen, who was the manager at the time,
Yes.
and he said Frank Chapman was absolutely furious with Matthew Collins because he had recommended that they modify that junction. And they'd done a lot of work, speaking to the landowners, getting drawings done, getting surveys done, and coming up with that, only for in the end Matt Collins to say it was not safe. And they had only come up with that design because Matt Collins had told them that's what they should do. That's what James Hemming told them. So that's hearsay, that's what he said.
But was not the design necessary in order to demonstrate whether it worked or not?
Well, the point I'm making is Matt Collins recommended it, and once it was done, he told me he was very happy with it. It was only after many members of the community had pointed out to him the dangers of it that he changed his mind.
Well, presumably he was given additional information.
No. So this is my response to that.
I see, ninth.
On the 11th, I think. 9th, yes. 9th, yep. So he'd said to me that reduced visibility is acceptable under Manual for Roads 2. And he said, you know, this is all I can do. So I then went and read Manual for Roads 2 and the research associated with it. This all went to Deborah Butler, of course, and I could see nothing in the previous report that any of it had been taken account of in any assessment. The difference with the, I think it was the second application, was when they proposed here, Collins put his response in straight away, like practically on the day it came out, and he didn't leave any time for people to approach him with concerns about the dangers. And so he'd gone into print saying, yes, it was okay, with nobody having chance to question it. So what that research shows is that a 99.8, I think it was, % certainty that the risk on higher speed roads is higher if you reduce the visibility.
Yeah, 99.9.
Oh, well, there you go, so higher than
the higher potential for
yes.
pollutions. Okay. Right, so understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then his response back to that was this.
So you've annotated it. So, okay.
You're welcome to keep those if you want.
No, I mean, they're all within the space of 4 days of each other. Right.
No, but for you to
I
assess,
see what you mean.
you're welcome to keep copies.
Have you got emails of these?
Yes, I have. I can email them to you.
I mean, I've obviously been looking through a lot of the stuff, but by all means, if you want to draw these specifically to my attention...
Well, I have done that now, Mike.
Yeah. Rather than take your copies, email them to me.
Okay, but I have drawn it to your attention.
To make it easier. Okay.
So it's not something I need to do. I have done it.
You have done it. The junction of Newlands Hill, the B3226, has been measured to have visibility to the right of approximately 105 metres.
Yes.
You said what?
I don't believe that's correct.
Right, I see, okay.
So you have an error in fact now, I think.
So, are you saying, Bill, if I...
And so just to conclude here,
yeah.
his conclusion is that it's not unsafe,
Yeah, indeed.
is that there's visibility of 105 metres.
Mm.
It seems to me that if the visibility is significantly less than 105 metres, that conclusion is an unsafe conclusion. Whether then this traffic impact is severe is a separate question. Mm. But if there's not 105 metres, and I'm not talking 70 metres, I'm talking a lot less than that. Now, my understanding of the way you measure visibility at junctions,
Yep. Yep.
and I've taken this from the various manuals, is that I've got some drawings here.
Should mention that TPA said that the visibility at the junction was 40 metres.
And they're professionals, equal professionals. So, on a straight road,
That's right.
you come, this is from manual, so you come
right.
2.4 metres back, and you have to have clear visibility within that whole splay.
Yeah.
And you measure across to here, and you have to have visibility from 600 millimetres up to 2 metres at that point.
Yeah, 600 metres.
And at this point, you've got to be at 1.05 metres high.
That's it.
Yep.
Yep.
That's your eye level of the driver.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So 2.4 metres back. There's potentially you could go to 2 metres
You
back.
could go to 2 metres.
But nothing less than that.
No, not according to the guidance, but in practice, when you look at decisions, inspectorate will often...
Well, okay, but bear in mind that research I've shown you from manuals, and the research that specifically stated there's no evidence that making it shorter is more risky is based on, I think, 90-something% of the roads they did that analysis on. Was it 40? Was it 47 out of 49 of the junctions they did that analysis on? Was on all with roads with speed limit of 30 miles an hour or less. Their research was only had 3 junctions that had a 40 mile an hour speed limit. Nothing faster than that. And they specifically stated in the research this advice should not be used for roads faster than that speed.
I remember you saying.
Very specifically should not be used. Okay, that's a straight road. Curved road. You've got a similar sort of thing. Eye line to the junction, and you've got to have clear visibility over that whole area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can have vertical interval. You can have vertical obstacles, providing they don't impede that general visibility.
Yes.
But essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, a typical motorcyclist would be at this sort of height, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
So
Yep.
you'll accept that my height is more than a typical motorcyclist. So if we can accept that, okay. Well, let's have a look. The other thing that the manual doesn't make clear is what you do about visibility on the road here, Mike. Coming along this road and turning up here, what should that forward visibility be?
Depends on traffic speed.
Right, okay, so if we go back to...
So there's a table there.
Yeah, so we go back to Matt's
That's
thing.
85.
It's got to be at least 105 metres. Well, no, sorry, no, it should be
Depends on
visibility at 40 miles an hour. He did tell me.
Okay.
47 miles an hour is 132 metres. So that's the forward visibility you should require at 47 miles an hour.
85th percentile speed it should be.
Yes, that was.
Right,
85th
okay.
percentile speed
Right.
at 47 is 132. Somewhere else in these things he said that if you were designing this road now, this junction now, you would design it with 215 metres visibility.
Okay.
It's in this document, okay?
Yep, that's fine. I've
Bear
got
in mind
those
also that his speed measurement was not done at this junction, it was done at head post. The head post junction is just about on a corner. So I would say the average speeds here are higher than they are at head post.
So this is obviously a separate concern from your...
This is a second concern.
Yes.
Encroachment onto
Yes.
your land.
Basic concern that this junction is.
We have a...
Yes.
But we also, based on our concern that your advisor hasn't done a complete job. I've asked him numerous times, has he done a proper survey of the bottom of Newlands Hill? And one response came back and I said to him, from that I'm assuming you have not done one, and he didn't disagree with that. Right, Mike, these are markings we measured.
Oh, right.
That's 2 metres,
Yep,
that's
okay.
2.4 metres.
Yeah,
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, if I go down the road... Actually, I've got some numbers
I'll
here.
hold that, shall I?
Right.
You want the sheet with the... So I've got that. This one.
Yeah.
That one I did.
Yeah.
That one.
So Mike, if you kneel down,
which I'm doing, actually.
let's measure your height.
Yeah. So you're going to go to one.
So there's where you should be. Right?
Yeah, well, I think it was sort of about
Yeah,
there.
I found if...
Here,
Okay, yeah, right.
There's
Yeah, now I can see that.
Oh, and the car coming.
Car coming, won't it? Right. So we're talking visibility, the edge of the carriageway at 600 millimetres. So if you look at me, right, the bottom of my jacket is 700.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
So if the bottom of my jacket's gone,
yeah,
you can't see 600 millimetres.
yeah, I'm with you.
We also agreed that my shoulder is higher than a motorbike.
So you're going to walk it over?
I'm going to walk up there. Will you sit there? Okay.
That's fine. By all means, yeah.
I've got some walkie-talkies to tell you how far I've walked. Hopefully they'll work. The kids have been playing with them, so they may be dead. We shall see.
Right.
So I'm going to walk from the X point,
Yeah, okay.
and I'll speak out my paces. So 1, 2, 3. Did that come through?
Didn't hear it. Turned it on.
No.
Oh, hello.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, for that.
You need to speak to me.
Yep.
Don't press. Wait for me to stop talking. Press that one.
Hello? Well, as far as I'm hearing you, so you're going to pace out, are you?
Yes, I'm
Or
going to
have you done that already?
Let's just check the German. Oh, what's this?
Technology. Hey!
Oh, that's a poor one, isn't it?
Well, if he does that when you can't see you anymore.
I didn't press anything.
Oh, no, Bill did.
Me.
We just shout, Bill. That's what we did the other day.
We're going to have to shout. No, we're going to have to shout.
Okay.
Good try.
So I'll measure from.
Okay, so I'm standing here.
You're on to what? You need to kneel down, of course, Mike.
Yeah, I will.
There's something
Yeah.
to kneel on if you want.
No, it's fine. Okay, right, so I'm trying not to get run over.
1,
Yeah, well, I'll keep an eye out for you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Okay, stop there.
Can you see me or not?
I can see you.
Can you see the bottom of my
No. Yes, I can now.
when you can see it?
I can see it now.
So when does it go?
Keep going. Stop.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
Well, we measured 35 the other day, so yeah.
Okay, that's about right
That
then.
seems a lot less than 105.
Can we do that? Can we repeat it, Bill, just from the 2 metres
Of
here?
course we can.
Okay.
Well, I'll count like that.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
Oh, truck coming.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's from there.
So from there.
Seven, 38, 38, 39. Okay.
Oh, we measured 37 the other day, so we're pretty close.
That's 2 metres back. Very different from his 105. What was the next thing we did? Middle of the lane.
Yeah, so so what we've done.
That's the left-hand side of the vehicle, remember?
Yeah, but that's the manual for streets rule, Mike.
But
that
in practice, you
okay.
will see the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Right.
But
So
yeah,
right now, Mike, I'll walk down the middle of the road, and you tell me what
yeah,
you see there.
Yeah,
2.4 metres back.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. See when you lose.
Have you done this exercise with the county?
No, because they won't engage. They won't come out. I've asked them. They won't do it. They have decided. Matt Collins has written in print. This road is safe. There's 105 metres visibility at this junction.
I mean, there's no.
How can you believe? Oh, Mike, we've got another question in a minute. If you're turning right here, I'm going to want you to go there and stand at 1.5 metres, 1.05 metres, and see what visibility you got that way. Because I've grown up around here. When you come this way to drive home, you come along here and you take your life in your hands as you cross this road.
I mean, it's long.
And this time, you're crossing the traffic. So that's a more dangerous thing. We'll try that in a minute.
What you have to understand as well is there's a dip on the road.
Yeah, the vertical alignment's important as well. I accept that,
okay.
but I just saw that lorry come straight across without hesitating. Maybe he's a bad driver.
Well, he's higher up, of course, but if he doesn't know the road, he doesn't know there's a dip there.
You can't see that you don't know there's a dip.
So we've measured it. We actually had a video.
Bear in mind, Mike, we're a lot higher here than you are when you come up to it.
Well,
if you walk along.
So what you've got to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move out into the centre of the road every so often.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll move back in for safety.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
And you can tell me whether you can see me.
So that coach there, you see, if we knew there, I saw it at that point.
I'm thinking of a motorbike now. Bikers come along here really quick. It's a nice road for bikers. You know, it's a lovely road for bikers. Yeah, and it's beautiful as well.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stunning as you go. It's okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Well, stay on the inside. I've got some marks on the road where I know we crossed it before.
Righto.
Obviously, you've got to see the bottom of my jacket, Mike.
That's right. Yeah.
Later on, you won't even be able to see me at all.
Okay. Andrew, are you representing the parish council today, can I ask?
No.
Right, okay.
Just a private individual.
Right.
A concerned resident of Chittlehamholt, shall we say.
Okay. I want Bill to move out now.
Bill! Move out!
Okay, I can still see him.
Yeah, I can see you there.
Keep going.
You see him now?
You can stop and go out to the centre.
Go out to the middle. Oh, he's in the middle of the lane rather than the middle of the carriageway. Which do you want?
Oh, right. Well, it'd be nearer the middle of the carriageway.
Go right out to the middle.
Okay. Right. Well, I can still see Bill.
So go back a bit further.
Going back further.
He's in the middle of the carriageway there. Can you see him there?
No.
No. Can't see you in the middle of the carriageway. No. Just tell him when you can see him.
All right, keep coming. He's walking towards me now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, stop.
Stop!
I see you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I see.
yeah.
Right, fine, Bill. I'll pace that out then. Yeah.
You're at 2.4, aren't you?
Yes, 2.4, yeah.
48, 50, 51, 52, 53 metres.
53 metres.
Yes.
And your
So
pace is a metre.
it is a metre.
Right.
Yes, so we checked it yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We
checked
measured
yesterday.
58 the other day, so the numbers we've got are slightly more generous. But yeah,
Yes. So I was totally
the middle
gone.
of the carriageway.
Yeah.
So I was standing here in
Yeah,
the carriageway.
no, I couldn't see you then.
Right,
I'll
I'll
wait
go down
until you
by the white line if you like now.
Yeah, okay.
And make close up.
I mean, I'm a relative newcomer to the area. Been here about
And Mike, bear in mind, I'm considerably higher than a car.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
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 been here about 3 years. But when I first moved here, a couple of times pulling out of this junction, I would look, it's clear, pull out, and there's a car in my mirror, just like that. Where did you come from?
Yeah.
And if you don't know the junction,
But the accident record is silent, isn't it?
it is at this junction at the moment. Yes, it isn't at the bottom of the Portsmouth Arms Road, but that's a different matter.
I know, yes, that was mentioned.
And
Right,
that-
is Bill, where is Bill now? Is he
He's
going
at the edge of the carriageway.
Right, is he going out to the centre?
You're going to move out to the middle. I'm your walkie-talkie. Can you see him?
No.
He's in the middle of the carriageway now.
Is he?
He's in the yeah.
Is he in the middle?
He
Right,
is.
Okay.
He's on the line.
If he can stop.
Come back this way then.
Right.
Can't see you.
Yeah, there.
See you there.
That's it. That's it. That's 2.4. Right.
So if we measured this right the other day, this should be 73 metres.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, right. Watch it, Bill.
No, as if we go this side, then he can keep coming, can't he?
This one, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, 69.
Okay, well we got 73 the other day, so
Okay.
we're slightly more generous again.
So that is a car
So in other words, those are roughly being corroborated. By
Yeah.
totally not seen. Now, if you're a big vehicle, you can see it as it goes. It
Yeah.
comes further, but it gets
Yeah.
totally lost.
Yes,
Now, there's
I
another
see that.
junction at the bottom of Broden Hill, which I use regularly. It's got the same problem there. There used to be a garage there, and the road sweeps around.
Yeah.
You come to the bottom of that hill, and you don't know it. You look back, it looks totally clear. You pull out, and you get a car come whizzing,
alignment.
and that's how I grew up here.
Yeah, it's not just.
And I still have to remind myself what I now do. When I get to that now, I now count to 5 when I get to Broden Hill before I pull out. And I'm a local.
Yeah, and you're
Well,
okay.
at the bottom
right,
of the Portsmouth Arms Road,
Yeah.
you have to wind your window down.
Yeah.
And listen for traffic coming. And okay, it's a 40-mile-an-hour limit, but there's a lot of traffic that doesn't do 40 miles an hour through Kingford.
That's right. Now the other thing I think is, where do you think here people decide to turn right? I mean, this car might turn now. So I think you need to go down there, Mike,
I'll have a look.
and we'll see.
Yeah, let's walk it. That's fine. Quite happy.
Something similar.
Well, this is. I really want to see some cars coming that way.
Yeah, but you'd be on this side, wouldn't you? I would. And you'd get to about here before you make. I think before you make your decision, you'd be about here, wouldn't you? You might be a little bit further forward, but
I think there's a car coming the other way now.
if you're not a local, you do it back here probably, and sweep up round. People keep their foot down when they do it.
Yeah.
You stand and watch them, you'll see them.
Yeah. And again, the road drops away.
Well, let's see a car come round first. If you get down to your eye height, Mike. Go down and got right to the crown of that junction. He swept. He didn't really have a problem.
And of course, they're slowing down because they see us.
Yes. Yeah. Well, what we need, Mike, is you to be down on your knees here again. Andrew, do you want to come here and protect him?
Yeah, I can do.
What I could do now is walk down there where a car will be. See where you leave it behind, Mike? jacket?
You can see.
Where does that car come from? I can just before that
Their side.
on the far side of it.
Just beyond the pony.
Yeah. There's a tree.
We also need to see
beyond it.
You need to see the 600 point as well, of course.
Stand out here. Yeah, there's a car coming. Yeah, you're okay now.
Okay, got a pretty good idea where Bill needs to go.
Bit further! Oh, car coming, Mike. Look out. He's gone.
That's about it.
There!
That's it.
Yeah!
That's fine. Now that you've got a figure for this, have you?
We have not for this
right.
one, no, so I'll make a note of this one.
That's a way of checking the,
That's something that
today.
Bill thought of today.
That's fair enough.
So I'll keep an eye out this way. There's a car coming.
Yeah. Lovely, chippy to hear.
92 to here, which will be the point of collision.
Okay, and to here when they start to turn.
Well, they'll come to here, they pull in here, they cross here, don't they? This
Yeah.
is where they will collide.
And that's 92 metres.
92 metres.
There, nice.
And was that losing me or losing the bottom of the coat, or what was that?
Wasn't losing you entirely, it's just bottom of the coat.
Right,
Right, it's about
right here.
yeah.
So you would probably lose a motorcycle site.
Yeah, I mean obviously it depends on the type of
That's
vehicle.
92
but
metres to the point of
you were
collision.
still visible.
But it's that car that's got a skid and stop, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's not this one, because he's made his decision.
Okay, right.
That doesn't appear to me to be what Matt Collins has measured.
I'm quite happy now to share that information with the county council.
So we can give you, well, you can take
can,
this,
if you don't
take this crumply one.
Yeah, sure.
What
So-
we haven't done on here
Okay.
is measure that distance. That's the first time we've
Yeah.
thought that. I just thought about that.
So
when
we
came
can-
Yeah, that's
today.
fine.
can
So,
send you that.
Andrew, if you don't mind doing that, I'd like to discuss this with the county council. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So these distances are. Now, who's done this then? Is that
We have.
also the two of you?
We
Fine,
came here
okay,
and we've
so
marked the road.
That's
so you
right.
can-
No, you've done
I
it,
can
Bill,
show
but
you the
it's
markings
on
on the
behalf
road.
of the two of you. That's the,
Yes.
what I need
Yes.
to know.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
that's fine.
I have,
That's
as
absolutely
you've
fine.
seen from my correspondence, I have
Probably
said
move out the middle
multiple
of the road.
times to the county council, I believe from my 55, 56 years
Yeah.
being here, I believe this is a really dangerous junction.
Right, and you're
And I say,
responsibly
I'm worried
drawing
about
that to
people
our
losing
attention.
their lives here.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly
I've drawn
reasonable.
it to their minds many times, and
Right,
They
well,
just
highway
say-
safety is a concern of the county council. They need to be aware of these concerns and this information, which I will pass on to them
Okay.
tomorrow.
And how important is consistency in your and their decisions?
Consistency per se isn't necessarily the testing. If you arrive at
No, I mean
a
highways
logically
decision.
reasoned view,
Yeah, highways
No, I'm talking
decisions.
about highways decision.
well, I can't really speak for them.
Okay, well let us
in
show
that
you some other
sense.
things, Mike. First off, Andrew, there's that one up at the village. Have you got that bit of paper, or is that in your car?
You did draw one to my
One at the
attention,
village.
Yes.
Which
By
one?
the-
A 2013 one.
Oh, I haven't got the chapel one with us
Right.
now.
Oh, right. Okay, I can't print that off, but
Right.
in 2015...
Oh yes, I have.
application-
Sorry. Yes, I
There you
have. I did bring it. Yeah.
Here you go.
Yep. There you
So
go.
this is from
This is Matt Collins.
Collins, Village,
Okay.
where they wanted to vary the access because they'd made an access which they hadn't got permission
That's
for.
right, I recall that one.
Proposed variation of the approved plans will result in new access being created, visibility is below the required visibility, estimated at approximately 5 metres from, only 2 metres behind the counterweight. The availability will be very much less than half that set out in the national guidance. It should only be used for very low speed, very low traffic volume situations.
Where the road is of single vehicle
use.
width.
So, I do not believe here, from that advice from Matthew Collins, he can argue you can use a 2 metre setback.
You referred, sorry Bill, can you just hold that down? You referred to another one.
Yes, and I'll show you that. I want to take you there next.
Okay.
So what
Roy
that's saying,
Hancock's. Right. Okay.
that was Roy Hancock's.
Yeah.
You're welcome to that sheet if you want.
Yep. You can take that.
Can I take
That's
that?
a spare
Yeah.
sheet.
Please
But
do.
what that's saying is, there's no way Matt Collins can say in the village where cars are going at 30 miles an hour, a 2 metre setback is not acceptable, but then say a 2 metre setback is acceptable here when cars are going at those sort of speeds.
Okay,
That
I'll
has
draw
no
that
consistency.
to the attention. I don't personalise it, it's the highway authority.
Yeah, fair
That
enough.
has no consistency. It's the same person.
It is the same
It's written
person,
off by
but
the head of highways, I agree.
there is a chain of command
Yep.
here,
There
and
is.
countersigned, so it's not just an individual's
I will
arbitrary
also
opinion,
say
of course.
that I approached Brian Hensley
Right,
with these letters.
he's the line manager.
He's the line manager, and in the end he said, I do not want people writing to Matt Collins. He's my officer and he's made his decision and we're sticking with that decision.
Right, I see.
And I think that's why Matt Collins got his response in early when the approach was to use Newlands Hill, because he's never changed his tune from what he said. Well, he has changed his tune, because he originally said you needed passing places. Now he says you don't.
Yes, he's saying that now on the basis of the revised transport assessment, isn't he?
Which he's also
Which
said
I
he doesn't believe the numbers in.
Yeah.
No, he's actually increased the generation.
No, but he's saying he doesn't agree with the numbers in AWP's traffic assessment, transport assessment.
No, but in terms of the inclusions, the highway authority are happy to accept them.
So why did he originally say, with the Palazzo, no further development that increases traffic from High Bullen will be approved unless a highways improvement between High Bullen and the Breeze Species?
Well, of course, since that time we've had, I know you're disagreeing with the figures, but we've had assessments, counts based on the Palazzo being open.
Yeah, but they've not done that when it's been busy, Mike.
But he said that on. He hasn't just said that on the Palazzo application either.
I mean, the figures that they, well, the transport statement and review, of course, was based on counts taken in February.
And what's the Palazzo in use that day, Mike?
That I don't know.
No, I'm sure it wasn't. We certainly haven't done counts on a busy summer's day.
No.
Right. Well, I'm happy to draw all this information to the attention of the relevant parties.
And will that have? Does that have any effect on the planning committee meeting next week?
Well, we certainly will be reporting to them, I've had this meeting. This is the information that's been presented. We've shared that information with the Highway Authority. This is their response. But what their response is, I don't know, of course. A lot of this is new information, isn't it?
No, Mike.
No, it isn't.
I've had this information since 2015.
But these figures that we've just measured,
No, the 40 metres bike
Was in the TPA report.
is in the TPA report.
and you refer to it in the correspondence.
Yep.
There's some new information that we have just established.
I
The
don't.
Ford restricted, for example.
Yes, but
Let's stop for a minute.
yeah, I think so. In terms of the wide visibility, that has been made clear to both your staff and the highway staff numerous times.
You say, Bill, you've had a couple of meetings on site with the Highway Authority.
Yes, not at the junction.
Not at the junction.
No, that was
I
about-
just need to know that. Yeah.
The passing places they thought they could impose on me.
Okay. And you've been in correspondence, or sorry, been in conversation with Richard Edgehill as your county councillor, and on the assumption he's still county councillor tomorrow. He will be attending planning committee.
Yes, and the planning of
Yeah.
people paid absolutely no attention to him last time. And he said he could be refused.
Who else spoke? I mean, I was at the meeting.
Walter White spoke.
Walter White spoke. He'll be there.
He spoke against it. I believe many of the councillors weren't paying any significant attention to anything we said. I think
Quite a lively debate, wasn't it? If I
no.
No.
The only debate was when I stood up and said, I can't believe you're going to condone the theft of my property to create passing places.
Did our solicitor speak at that point?
No. So you said, don't worry, it'll all be covered by the 106.
Yeah.
So they said, okay, no problem,
Well, that's on the
And they
basis of
voted it
information
through.
we had, of course.
unanimously. No, you didn't, because I had written to you, and my mother had written to you, saying that they were proposing to put the passing places on our private land.
But
So you had that information.
But the Highway Authority, he would be party to the 106, that's for sure, just that it was in their control.
I'm not even sure they haven't.
I don't think they did. What Debbie Butler actually said at the planning committee meeting was the applicant assures us that there's highways land to put the passing places in.
My brother made no efforts
In fact,
whatsoever.
actually, Bill, we know from a freedom of information request, so we've got internal correspondence, that Richard Sables had offered an opinion before the planning committee meeting that there was no highways land on Newlands Hill.
There you have. That's right.
And that was an FOI to the county council.
It was.
Yeah. So we are FOI to understand what corresponds in relation to Newlands Hill. So Matthew Collins, I think, was an addressee on that, and had been advised that there was no highways land on Newlands Hill. But still went ahead at that meeting saying there's no problem putting passing places in. I feel totally agreed. I just understand. Sure.
And it's not the county buying
Now, of course,
outside.
all we've looked at is Newlands Hill.
Yeah, we haven't even.
We haven't,
Been
no,
down to the bottom
as far as I'm aware, nobody in any of this process has paid any attention whatsoever to the junction of the Portsmouth Arms Road with the A377,
I think we should go there next.
which is a worse junction than this.
Well, I can assure you I'm going to look at that. I haven't looked at it before, but I'm
We'll come with you, Mike.
Yeah,
We also,
because the planning committee didn't look at it in the site visit.
No, that was the one road they missed, wasn't it?
It was.
also,
I wasn't at it.
I will and say that traffic on Newlands Hill will be limited by the diversity of routes that the customers are going to take. If you put many of the destination directions into a sat-nav,
Yes, I've got
they
that.
take you down that way.
They take you down Newlands Hill.
No, Portsmouth Arms.
Take you past the church.
Oh right, I
Yeah.
see. This
Down,
way.
we'll go that way.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to Rosemore or the Big Sheep or
Yeah,
Clove Valley or basically
the sat nav will take you that way.
it will.
Google Maps does.
And we showed the planning committee snapshots of Google Maps directing you that way for a number of attractions at the last planning committee.
Whatsoever.
In fact, I don't think the planning committee asked us a single question,
No.
apart from with regard to your land. Yeah.
The only thing. So we've got University of Leeds behind him. Bit of the hill with traffic coming down. Or go down the hill if traffic's coming up, of course.
And I think there's quite a lot of correspondence following the parish council meeting. Coming from the parish.
Look on your glasses, are they not?
No, they were there on the way down.
Pull mine out.
Oh.
We found various bits of cars. We went down the hill the other day, didn't we, Andrew?
Yeah, we did.
We walked
Bits
down,
of wing mirror and
Something had been clipped.
yep.
we walked down on Tuesday.
Okay.
Quite a few bits of car lying on the road picked up. So Mike, if highways say doesn't change their conclusion, given that their initial assessment is based on visibility of 105 metres, how do you as the decision maker place weight on what they're saying?
Well, I think we would be insistent on getting a response in terms of that information. If they're saying, are you saying, Bill, they've considered it, they've considered the new information, but it doesn't change their view?
Yes. Which, based on past experiences,
We can't change their views for them, of course, can we? The best we can do is present information and everything you've given me today as well to the Highway Authority for them to consider. And then those views will be reported, because it's too late to embed them in the agenda now. They will be reported to the planning committee next Wednesday. Mind your back, folks.
so that wouldn't be a reason to go on.
All along, Harry's been saying that junction's got a problem. So the councillors are all going to go with that, aren't they? So they'll make a decision based on advice they've been given.
Get councillors to say, look, this is new information, it is material, it should not be considered until such time as we've properly looked at this. And that would be the committed edge home waterway right.
Shouldn't that be your recommendation?
Well, it depends on what the county come back with. If they say, actually this does change matters, we do need time to look at it, I will certainly recommend that.
But if they say it doesn't change matters, going from a visibility of 105 down to 37, if they then stick with their conclusion, how can you as a decision maker, because you've got to balance all these things in your mind, you're the person making the recommendation.
Yes, but
You're the head of planning.
whatever the assumptions and the methodology, if it still means that the Highway Authority do not consider there to be a highway concern, there's nothing we, as the planning authority, can do to alter that particular aspect.
Even though you've had
You could alter your
reports from
recommendation.
other
we have-
traffic people,
If we
they're
have
equally
good reason
qualified.
to disbelieve our independent highway consultants, that's the county council, they are independent of us.
Yes, no, I understand
Yes.
that.
Understand that? Which
Yep.
obviously we
And
don't.
so were the
Yep.
consultants we employed.
Yeah, indeed. So,
There's
What
not
I'm
even a
saying to you-
survey of that
well,
junction.
well, we've done that, I've looked at it. I mean, it's not, it's
It's a perfect survey.
not a perfect survey.
No,
but
no,
nonetheless,
that's fair enough.
we were party to it. That information goes back to the county tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
very helpful to me. And also what I've seen today, I asked the county to consider this so we can advise committee of any changes to their recommendation, because it will be addressed at committee on Wednesday. And if in the meantime there isn't sufficient time for committee, or they're nervous about that, it's open to any party parish council representatives, yourselves, Councillor Edgehill, Councillor White, to say, look, this is important. You cannot arrive at a decision until we've properly considered this.
Well, I will say that.
Ask for a deferment.
I will say that.
Now that's entirely up to you, not my recommendation because I've not seen the response yet. But it's open to councillors or any party to do that.
Right, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So is that in our 3 minutes, or is that?
Yes, of course.
Was it only in our 3 minutes?
Well, if you've spoken to your councillors, they'll have more opportunity to say that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just an option to put to the planning commission.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I say, it's not a recommendation from me because I don't know what the county are saying yet. But you can. Now, yes, I would like to look at the A377, that junction.
Yep.
Should we take one car down?
I was going to say,
It's
I'm not sure
safest,
about
isn't it?
down there. Okay, so I'll
Do you want to, so we take my car and you can pull in?
jump in yours. Yeah, okay, do that.
That works. Because this is your gate anyway, isn't it?
This is my gate, so you can park in here.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, I'll drive down and turn around, Mike.
We'll just keep out of the way.